was a bit tricky.
It was not a easy way to get into Poznan.
It was just something else.
So I had to take a plane from Malawi to Kenya and then to Amsterdam and then to Berlin. And from Berlin I had to take a train to Poznan, Poland.
It wasn't easy to get a Polish visa because we don't have a Polish embassy in Sudan. I had to go to Egypt. There's a Polish embassy there.
I found something about honorary consulate in Mozambique, but the contacts, no one was reachable, so I don't know if it really exists. I sent an email, no answer for about 1 month, I think. And then I tried again, then they called me.
La Pologne n'a pas de représentation en Mauritanie, donc pour pouvoir venir en Pologne, il fallait aller chercher le visa au Maroc.
I didn't get the Schengen Polish visa, so I got only visa to Poland. I was not able to travel through any other Schengen country.
When I went to the office, I found the office closed. And there are only attendants there, and they say they have shifted everything to Nairobi.
As a delegation member of the Sri Lankan government, I came to Poznan to represent my country.
Par chance, j'avais un cousin qui partait au Maroc pour un séminaire. Celui qui a transporté mon passeport jusqu'à Rabat.
So I had to look for the nearest embassy of Poland, which was in Harare.
In spite of sending the documents to Pretoria, send them to Harare because Sheppard was there. Maybe it could help. Yeah.
First of all, the consulate doesn't allow anybody in. I remember the first day it was raining, and I told the receptionist that it's raining here. Can't you let me in? And she said, no, we have to talk on the intercom.
Le conseiller de l'ambassade m'avait dit que dès que le passeport vient, ça prendrait 3 jours. Finalement, le passeport a passé 1 semaine à l'ambassade, donc mon cousin est revenu sans mon passeport.
When I talked to the office, to the Polish embassy, they told me that they wanted euros only. There's no way you can get euros because we don't trade in euros, basically in my country. Was that there was a communication from UNFCCC that all delegates are supposed to process the visas their visas are supposed to be processed for free. They just work 3 days a week. So if you miss Monday, Tuesday you have to take a rest. Unfortunately, I was told, we are sorry, you have to come back next week because the consular has gone to South Africa.
Sheppard went there to make the payment. They told him my passport was not there. The consul was going to Pretoria. He took my passport to Pretoria.
So I was asked to come next Tuesday. When I came on Tuesday, I was told, no, come back Wednesday. I went on Wednesday, because they refused Khumbo's papers.
When I went to German embassy, they had also told me that I would need a transit visa because I was supposed to get out of the plane into a train.
Et finalement, il fallait que je trouve un étudiant mauritanien au Maroc qui récupère mon visa.
I went on Thursday to the embassy and they told me, wait for 1 hour. That was 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And then after an hour, I went back. I was told, okay, wait for another 20 minutes. The visas are being processed. I waited 20 minutes. I rang the intercom again and said, another 20 minutes again. Since we're finishing at 4 o'clock, when we're coming out, we'll give you the visas. 5 o'clock, I was told, please come tomorrow. That was Friday. Actually, I had to put work aside and start to communicate. I was almost like a consul. I was almost like a visa processing guy, takes place. But otherwise, without me, nothing was going to materialize. And I realized that the guys at the embassy are so reluctant. They don't take things seriously.
From the first time I contacted the embassy until I get a visa, it took me about 12 weeks.
Yeah, it took me 5 weeks to get a visa.
And I arrived at the passport counter. And the officer, immediately after seeing my passport, the lady officer who was at the counter called 6 other officials to the counter.
And I arrived here on the 5th because it is a long journey and I have to do part of the journey by train. And yeah.
And there the questions began. So many questions.
And when I got to Amsterdam, and they were asking me to say, why did I had 2 Schengen visas?
Everybody was looking at me like I was a criminal or terrorist trying to trespass the country.
So I had also to be detained for some time. But they didn't ask me when I got to Germany in Berlin. They didn't ask me for the visa.
I had 2 residence permit actually. I have one from the UK. I have a residence permit from the Netherlands. I was nearly crying because I could not satisfy them saying that I'm here for the government delegation, and even though they checked and they confirmed that I was here for the delegation, they did not allow me go.
These Schengen visa things I think should have been sorted out a long time ago, because we are told that Poland is a Schengen country. Yet, some other Schengen countries don't know that Poland is a Schengen country.
The officers at the passport control were not ready for delegations from developing countries or from least developed countries who had to go through that much trouble to get the visa.
I also sit on the negotiation panel or negotiation team for the Malawi delegation, because always Malawi delegation there are very few people, and they depend on Malawian NGOs to assist in the negotiations. It means they are not able to be in all the closed sessions which they're supposed to be because of my absence. So not only myself alone, even our principal secretary was also sent back at Amsterdam, back to South Africa. It means maybe 2 of the key members were missing on that panel.
And these negotiations are very important, especially for developed and especially for least developed and developing countries, because we are mostly affected and most vulnerable countries in this sense, in the climate change within the climate change world. So I think we should be given priority. We should be given more attention to come easily to these negotiations, because it's very hard to get negotiators, especially from our countries, to these negotiations. And if we have to go through this much trouble, it's disappointing and discouraging.
Nations that are hosting COP to ensure that their embassies are informed of what is going on in their countries, because I believe in the first place the Polish people didn't know why I wanted a visa to such a meeting.
Yeah, next year it will be in Denmark, and this is another Schengen country. And we don't have a Danish embassy in Malawi. I would want to go through the same hell as I did this year.